Hi, it's Milena again, and this is a booktube. This is my channel, and I just started this channel, and I talk about my books. So today I will be talking about the Daughter of Smoke and Bone series. I will be talking about this one. I just made up my mind. Okay, so this book, I love this book. I really love this book. It was confusing. The world was hard to dive into, but once you get into it, it's just, oh. I recommend this book to a lot of book readers. It is hard to get into. It's very complicated, the world. If you have trouble diving into worlds and new worlds, this definitely wouldn't be the right book for you to choose because this is very, very complicated. There's kind of like it's like three worlds actually. The human world, which is our world, the mundanes, the seraphim world, which is actually not introduced in this book, but there is also the chimera world, and in our literature it would be kind of called hell. It's really different. It's a very unique writing style. It was set in Prague, so they are actually not speaking English, but obviously, since it's an American book, we read it in English, but they're not speaking English. And the main girl is Carew, and she is not an angel. In this book, she is, well, I can't tell you what she is because that's part of the book, but what we think she is human. She was raised by Chimera, which is, it's like half man, half animal. And there's another person, the boy's name, and his name is Akiva, and he is an angel. He has fiery eyes and fire wings, and he's really supposed to be just really beautiful. And they have a very intense love. It's kind of love at first sight, which usually I don't really like. I don't like when you just dive into it. I want to see how it progresses. But there was a reason for that. There was a reason why it was love at first sight for him. And when he first saw her, he tried to kill her. Because he knew that she was a devil. But when he saw her hands, oh, actually, I was bored, so I kind of tried to draw the eye that's on her hand, on my wrist. I can draw it on my hand because I don't know. I don't know why I didn't draw on my hand. Well, anyway, I tried. So yeah, I really like this book, and that was for the non-spoiler section. I recommend it to you if you really like fantasy. The romance is really great as well. You have to really keep up with it, keep up with everything, and you can't really set this book down and just expect to come back to it like a few days later because you probably won't remember everything. I recommend this book to most book readers. Okay, and for the spoiler section, I will be talking to you about the whole book. Carew. I love her hair. I think that is a really, really good twist to have because when I think of main characters in books, I think brown, blonde hair. But the author, which is kind of probably not a coincidence, has pink hair. And I really like how she kind of incorporated that with her writing. And I love Carew. She's just such an interesting character. She's not like most main characters where they don't really know what's going on. I feel like most main characters just start out so helpless, but this Carew is very strong, independent. She was raised by Chimera, so she hasn't known a lot of love in her life. She's kind of just kind of alone. She feels very alone. Um, and Issa is, I feel like when I think of Issa, I think of an aunt. I feel like she's just like, she would like be my aunt, kind of. And Brimstone, is her father. And obviously, if you are not being spoiled right now, you know that Karou is actually Madrigal. And Madrigal was Ikiva's first lover. And I thought, when I read that, I mean, for some reason, I just kind of knew. Like, I don't know how, but I knew. I swear. When I was reading, like, Madrigal, I was like, wait a second. Is Karou Madrigal? I don't know how, but I knew. I knew it. And they actually, if you go back and read the book, they foreshadowed it a lot. Also, a twist. Oh, the ending. This is the sad part. The twist was Akiva went and killed her whole family. I don't know if I could forgive him for that. Imagining him coming into my house and killing my parents. Nah, I probably wouldn't forgive him, even if he had a good reason. I don't know. I don't know how she forgives him, but I don't think I would. I mean, I keep wanting to tell you about the second book, but this is about the first book. So, and then I'll do a book talk for the second book. One thing about this book that I didn't really like, and this is with a lot of books actually, it's just kind of books in general, things that I don't like. It was in third person point of view. I don't know why that just I just don't like that. I like it when it's like first person, you know exactly what they're thinking. I feel like in third person point of view, you're like watching a movie, you're not actually there. And in first person point of view, I feel like I'm there and I get more excited and more nervous. It just feels more suspenseful to me when I'm the person in the book. Like I went through the door. I'm like, oh my god, I'm going through the door. And also, yeah, that was just one thing that I didn't like. Another thing was there had to be a lot of world development, and until you get into page like 200, you are really struggling to hold on and grasp everything. But if you manage, and sometimes you'll have to go back and reread because there's a lot of stuff to process with this. A lot of characters, especially in, second book, I have to say this. There's so many, like, you have to remember all the characters, even the ones that seem so non-significant. Remember them because there are a lot of characters in the second book, and yeah. There wasn't a lot of action. I felt like there could be more action in it. The first book was kind of slow. I mean, it got better towards the end when we found out she was Madrigal. I liked the switching back from Karou to Madrigal. And my favorite scene probably was like when, I know this is like, I don't know if this was like a sad scene, but Akiva realized she was Madrigal and he like knelt down on his knees and he was like crying and he's like, I found you. And then his sister and brother walk in. They're like, what the hell? Why are you on the floor? Okay. But yeah, I like that part a lot because I love romance. I love it. I can't get enough of it. And I liked the ending. Even though he killed everyone, I thought that was actually kind of good what the author did there, because in most books everything's supposed to go so smoothly, and in the second book, you know, like this, people in romance novels always break up in the second book, which is weird to me. Why does it have to be the second book? Except in Divergent, they were just kind of up and down the whole time. Anyway, what was I saying? That is a lot of what I have to say. And what was I saying before? Oh, right. I'm going to finish what I was saying before. I liked how he killed all her parents, which is so mean. But I thought that the author was good to incorporate that because not all love stories are just so perfect like they are in books. I mean, I think that really needed that twist for it to be even more intense. I liked it a lot. So, yeah. I know that she will eventually forgive him. I'm not done with the second book, but when I am, I'm almost done. I have like 100 pages left. I will immediately make another book video for it. So subscribe, tell me what you want to see, and thank you for watching. Bye.